In 2017, the British royal family welcomed a new member with celebration, excitement, and worldwide attention. Millions believed they were watching the beginning of a modern fairy tale. But less than 3 years later, that same couple would walk away from royal life. So what really happened? Did Meghan Markle change the royal family? Or did the royal family change Meghan? Today, we're putting the headlines aside and following the real timeline, from Hollywood to Buckingham Palace, to understand how one relationship became one of the most talked about stories in modern royal history. Before becoming the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle had already built a successful career as an actress, best known for her role in Suits. She also supported charitable causes and had established her own public identity long before meeting Prince Harry. Harry, meanwhile, had spent his entire life in the spotlight. As the younger son of King Charles and Princess Diana, he served in the British Army, founded the Invictus Games, and often spoke about the lasting impact of losing his mother. In 2016, Harry and Meghan met through mutual friends. According to the couple, their relationship grew quietly before becoming public. As media attention intensified, Harry released a rare public statement condemning the harassment directed at Meghan. A year later, they announced their engagement. Their interview captured the world's attention, and in May 2018, millions watched their wedding at Windsor Castle. For a moment, it seemed like the beginning of a new chapter for the monarchy. But behind the celebrations, the pressure was already beginning to grow. Becoming part of the royal family meant living under constant public scrutiny, and that pressure would soon change everything. But if the wedding looked like a fairy tale, why did reports of tension begin appearing almost immediately afterward? After their wedding, Harry and Meghan quickly became two of the most talked about members of the royal family. Their overseas tours attracted huge crowds, and their popularity was undeniable. But alongside the praise came growing criticism. Reports of disagreements, staff changes, and tension within the royal household began appearing more frequently. Some stories focused on Meghan's relationship with palace staff, while others claimed there were growing differences between Harry and William. Many of these reports were disputed, while others were never officially confirmed. As speculation grew, Harry became increasingly vocal about the media's treatment of Meghan, saying he feared history was repeating itself and comparing parts of the press coverage to what Princess Diana had experienced years earlier. Then, during their 2019 tour of Southern Africa, both Harry and Meghan openly acknowledged the pressure they had been facing. It was the first clear sign that life inside the royal family was becoming increasingly difficult. Just a few months later, in January 2020, the couple announced they would step back as senior working royals. The decision shocked the world. After discussions with the royal family, Harry and Meghan officially left their royal roles and later settled in California. For some, it was a courageous decision. For others, it marked one of the biggest breaks from royal tradition in modern history. But leaving the palace didn't end the story. In many ways, it was only the beginning. Because after moving to California, Harry and Meghan would finally tell their side of the story, and it would become one of the most controversial moments in modern royal history. After settling in California, Harry and Meghan largely stayed out of the spotlight. But in March 2021, everything changed. The couple sat down with Oprah Winfrey for an interview that immediately made headlines around the world. For the first time, Meghan spoke publicly about her struggles with mental health during her time as a working royal, while Harry reflected on his relationship with his family and described feeling that he needed to protect his wife and children. The interview also included claims that sparked intense public debate and global media coverage. Some people praised Harry and Meghan for sharing their experiences, while others questioned their account or felt private family matters should have remained private. Buckingham Palace responded with a short statement, saying the issues raised would be addressed privately and adding the now famous words, "Recollections may vary." Then, in January 2023, Harry released his memoir, Spare, which became one of the fastest-selling non-fiction books in history. In it, Harry shared his personal perspective on growing up within the royal family and described several disagreements, including an alleged argument with Prince William. Buckingham Palace did not issue a detailed public response, and William has never publicly addressed those specific claims. By this point, the story had grown far beyond one interview. It had become one of the biggest royal debates of the modern era. But after years of interviews, books, and public disagreements, One important question still remains. Where does Meghan Markle stand today? And can the relationship with the royal family ever be repaired? Today, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry live in California with their children, Archie and Lilibet. They continue to work on charitable initiatives through the Archewell Foundation and have remained active through documentaries, podcasts, and public projects. Meanwhile, Prince William and Catherine have taken on greater responsibilities within the royal family, especially following King Charles's accession to the throne and the family's recent health challenges. Although there have been occasional reports of communication between Harry and some members of the family, neither side has publicly said that the long-running rift has been fully resolved. For supporters, Meghan is someone who chose her family's well-being over royal expectations. For critics, she remains one of the most controversial figures in modern royal history. Perhaps that's why her story continues to attract so much attention. It isn't simply about one person. It's about tradition, change, family, duty, and the pressures that come with living every moment under the world's spotlight. Whether history remembers Meghan Markle as the woman who transformed the monarchy or as the person who walked away from it is something only time can decide. One thing is certain. Years after that royal wedding in Windsor, the conversation is far from over. What do you think? Did Meghan Markle change the royal family? Or did the royal family change Meghan? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.